Welcome to the Dachop team. I'm your host, Seth the Darkchild.
I'm your host, twinsinc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up.
Hey, welcome back to another episode. And today I think I got a gear grinder again.
Uh-oh, gear grinder, I like that.
Yeah. I just saw the movie Just Mercy. And in addition to all the other, there's a lot to unpack in that movie. It was a good movie, but it's a lot to unpack. But at the same time, my brain flipped a switch and said, where were the wealthy African Americans at? What were they doing to help these kind of situations? And, so I thinking about it, expanding on it, I just really want to touch base on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
So yeah, I mean,
because you know what? Even like you said back then, where were they? And even now, where are they now?
Okay. And once again, so the main topic of title of today's show, I think, what are the wealthy people in the black community doing for the community? And I just want to say there's a whole lot of stories of rappers and entertainers buying private jets and golfing and doing all kind of good stuff. But on the ground level, when you ask where's the money, and I know everyone goes to charity, gives money to charity, but where in the hell is it actually helping? So if you haven't seen the movie Just Mercy, it is a good movie and it is going to frustrate you. Jamie Foxx, Michael B. Jordan, great. I thought it was a great performance. But the movie centered around Michael B. Jordan was a lawyer, young lawyer, decided to go down to Alabama and review some of the cases of the guys on death row because, he thought there may have been some miscarriage of justice, right?
Okay.
So he's poor. He's fresh out of college. He doesn't really have any money, no income, driving a busted little bomb car. And he's trying to work with these guys who really lack help in the judicial system.
Okay.
So, but my thought on the subject was, once again, any competent lawyer who saw what he was doing, could have provided help. But of course, funding is a problem. And just thinking about the number of black men currently in prison, black men and women, black people, minorities, because Hispanics got the same problems too. But just the number of people incarcerated makes me think that if one person of means took it upon themselves to create some kind of service or something that would help even those brothers who are getting miscarriages of justice, where are they at? Michael Jordan, billionaire. Beyonce, Jay-Z, billionaire. The Kardashians, Kanye, ridiculously wealthy. Oprah,
hold on, are we putting Kim in the same category as black? I know she got a black husband, but
she taking our money.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. Hey, that's fair.
You know what? No Kardashians, let's be honest. But once again, they're generating wealth, and she seems to be appropriating black culture every chance she gets. So if you're going to take, you might as well pay it forward.
That's something that they don't do.
Same thing. Byron Allen, he's trying to buy TV stations, but that's fine. But real talk on the ground, these guys are some filthy rich individuals. These are the guys like Floyd Mayweather. You willing to have a pallet of money in your living room to prove that you have the money? Why? Do you know what you could do for the black community per se with a pallet of money sitting in your living room? That could have been $30-40 million in cash.
Now, I know what people going to say is that, they do give back. They do things. You don't see it. And that's true. And I'll give them that.
Okay.
But here's my gripe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about everybody who is African American, black, It was very wealthy and in billions, and not just millions, like 100 millions. You know, a milli. But they make a lot of money. But think about it. You think about everyone all over, spread all over the United States. If they will go back to their own community that they grew up at, and I'm not saying, I mean, it's cool if you want to buy the block and take care of that. I'm cool with that. My thing is this. Go back to the roots. And my roots for me personally would be the education, the schools.
Okay.
The schools. Because, I mean, right now, that's where, if you want to impact the black community, the education is where you impact them. Because you can go to a black school, a black neighborhood right now, and I guarantee they have old books that were probably made. It's 2020 now. I'm pretty sure they got 2017, maybe 17, maybe 16, 15 that kids are still reading from. So we're still behind. But the money in it is, not saying it's cheaper, but if you want to make an impact to youth, I say start with the youth. Because once the kids are in school and they're out of school and they have lack, I mean, they don't have no money, no jobs,
no future,
no options. There we go. No options for them. And then they go on the street, they see the local drug dealer who's driving a nice car, got the girls chasing them. That's what they see. No,
and here, see, that's where my grinding gears comes from. I'm not disagreeing because I was there. You know what I'm saying? I'm an '80s baby, so NWA, Too Short. I understood about the drug culture. I understood that the pimps and the gangsters were the superstars of the community.
Right.
From that particular group of superstars, you had a whole bunch of rappers made a whole bunch of money doing just that. My problem is it's 2020. Why is that still an option?
When you say it's still an option, what do you mean? As far as
selling dope on the corner and on the block, trapping on the block.
Because there's no resources.
Once again, it's a lot of people who made a lot of money rapping and portraying that particular lifestyle. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying you left the hood and you didn't leave nothing back for the hood. You never look back. So your hood might be the same. Compton, NWA, and I'm talking. Dre is a billionaire. Ice Cube is well paid.
Yeah, almost going there.
Well paid. But Compton is still Compton.
That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? That's true. That's facts.
You've been repping Compton for 20 years, and it's still Compton. You're a billionaire, brother. Listen, I'm gonna start with the kids. I'll bite that bullet. And when you say start with the kids, a lot of people say, "Oh, I got a college tuition program. I got this person going through Spelman or Morehouse, and I got 5 people now." Whatever, forget all that, right? Because 1 year tuition at Spelman or Morehouse, just 2-year community college people. You don't have HVAC, electrical work, plumbing, automotive repair. These are well-paying jobs. These will lift people out of poverty.
Okay.
Now, for that one kid you put through Spelman, how many kids could you put through a community college?
That's true.
I mean, that 1 year tuition, I'm saying, I don't know how much it is. I could look it up, but let's say $15K. Does that sound reasonable?
That sounds reasonable, yeah.
How many kids can you push through a community college for that same $15K?
That's true. And we respect, you spending money at the black colleges. I
totally respect that.
Yeah, we're not knocking that. Definitely, we're not knocking that. Like he's just saying, you can affect more or touch more kids to go through community college, because everybody's not going to go to a college and do all 4 years, regardless if you pay for it or not. If they don't have the knowledge and skill set to get through freshman year, come on now.
Well, but once again, they do. Let's say the blessing is expansive, and this person goes to Spelman.
Okay.
They get a degree in political science or whatever. Probably not going to get a degree in IT or anything from a HBCU, because you probably should have went to Georgia Tech or something if you want to make money in that route. Let's be real. You get paid more in the tech industry with a degree from the Art Institute of Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Than Spelman.
All facts.
Yeah, so I'm not attacking it, but That's not what you're there for. So anyway, you've given this specific individual a future that they can go and make money, but you could have put 15 kids. I ain't gonna say 15, but you could have put 5 kids through a certification program for HVAC or electrical engineering or plumbing or something at a community college. These kids now, each one of them kids could make anywhere from 60 to 100K based on just that 2-year college, for what you gave to that one. So that's all I'm saying is, if this slow grind towards we're going to fix this one life at a time, that slow grind has left Compton looking the same way it did in the 80s. The moment you get a little money, they move to Riverside. Look at the Dungeon family over there on what's that, Deloa and what?
I don't know.
I forgot. Anyway,
I know it's down here though.
But
Atlanta.
the Dungeon family, that neighborhood isn't better. It's not a better neighborhood. They came out the dungeon and they bounced. You know?
Which, let's be clear, people. We do understand the whole process. Once you get money, of course, leave. Not leave, but get to a better community. I get that. Because, you can't be the richest person. Yeah, because everybody's going to try to rob you. I get that part. You can still live in a different neighborhood, but you can still have all your resources in your own original neighborhood.
You can reinvest.
That's simple as that.
And I say that because, and I'm going to go back to the movie Just Mercy. Like I said, this dude went down there. He struggled for funding. He struggled to do what he had to do to get these men off of death row that should not have been on death row. And if they'd had any actual legal resources, they might not have been on death row. How many black men have been crushed and killed and chewed up and spit out by America's criminal justice system, right? And it's all well and fine to say, well, I'm helping somebody, but where is the help? I can't. I know Beyonce and Jay-Z do generous stuff, but do you actually know anybody who actually did something to help somebody? I know family members who got adopted by basketball players for Christmas. They had really nice Christmases, right? And Thanksgivings, and then the basketball players left. You helped them for Christmas and Thanksgiving. That you just wasted money buying toys and junk that is at this point a useless commodity.
Now, I'll say this, and a lot of people who know me will probably tire me, but I'm saying this, but the only person out there that does stuff for the local community is LeBron James.
Okay.
When I say black excellence, this man is a prime example of black excellence. This man built a school in his original neighborhood.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? That's the point y'all make. Everybody go back to their own neighborhood. This man, and I'm sure people have done it, but no one's doing it on his level of magnitude. He went back to his same neighborhood, the same Akron, Ohio. That's where he's from. Akron, Ohio. His same neighborhood he grew up in. Low-income family. He bounced around house to house, whatever. So he grew up in a poor neighborhood. He went back to that same neighborhood, built a school. I promise. And with the school, it's not that he just built a school, he's involved. On top of that, the kids get reduced lunch or free lunch. If the kids pass their courses, they get full rides to college, already paid for through LeBron.
Exactly.
So
it's a community investment to improve that community that you came out of.
That's all I'm saying. That's what me saying personally. If every successful rapper, NBA player, business entrepreneur, everyone, I'm not pointing nobody out. If you're in the millions and you're comfortable in millions, I'm not saying you got 5 million. No, okay. I'm talking about you have like 500 million, 600 million. You couldn't spend $1 million a day if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Every day to spend that money. So what I'm saying is that, and plus it's a tax write-off too, people.
Once again, we're not even telling you to just give away your money.
No,
just make it tangible. Make it something we can touch.
Yes, not just us. We're talking about the youth because that's the future. The youth is the future. If you not attack them, but if you throw all your resources at them, provide them more opportunity, more resources, they can get jobs, they can better their life, teach them how to take care of their own neighborhood. This is like one of the things I have a gripe with when it comes to churches. If New Birth Church, that church is a campus, a college campus. Now, it's actually almost bigger than some college campuses that I've been to. The point I'm trying to make, the reason why I said that church, because I'm not knocking them, but the point I have is that the church is a full campus by itself, beautiful buildings over here, building over there. But as soon as you go down the street, not even 25 feet, the house is next to it. The house is on the same block as the church or whatever, or run down.
The streets look horrible. You can't even get the youth choir to go out and cut some branches and mow a few lawns.
That's the only problem that I have. People go to that church and they pour $1 million to the church. Okay? All I'm asking is that some of that money y'all use, take care of the community around you. Because not just the whole campus of New Birth should look great, the whole city or I'm saying, me personally, I think 2 blocks from the church, every house, apartment, the streets will look clean, all that. Simple as that. Because that's how you take care of your community. You can't take care of the community if only the church only looks good. And so you leave church, everybody go back to their same broke down, busted neighborhood, drug dealers on the corner and everything.
Yep, we can talk about Creflo Dollar Church down on Old Nat Ave.
I haven't seen there or been there, but you tell me about it.
It's still Old National. It could be fixed. It could be. You are a huge mega church. You take in millions of dollars of revenue.
Right.
Once you get the men's group to go out and pick up trash, and I know it's not your job. Here's the thing, and I don't want anybody to think I'm just telling somebody how to spend their money. But the moment something happened, we always want to holler the black community need to come together. The black community needs to come together.
Facts.
We always want to act like we some monolithic group of people who support each other. But then the moment that the cameras turn off, I'm back to like, where is this at? Where is this at? I wish I was rich. I really, really wish I would. To reinvest in ourselves. Because we keep on trying to hope the system is going to work for us. It doesn't. No. You got rich. Your main object to getting rich wasn't to be able to go to Lenox Square Mall and shop as much as you want. That was not the object of being rich. If that is your object of being rich, I'm so sorry if I ever supported you because I wasted my money. You know, being rich and famous among black people, wealthy and all that, isn't the same as being the same among white people. You do have a responsibility to your community that I swear the majority of y'all neglect like a mug. Y'all neglect where you came from. And if you only hooking up 1 or 2 people at a time, you know full well you ain't really doing nothing. That's my whole position. I'm not gonna tell if Akon can go to Africa and provide solar powered electricity to 600 million people, you can't literally justify not doing more in this country, at least from the hood you from.
Correct.
Because we all know somebody who came up out the hood, and it's all good that you can come back and sit on your mama couch or your boy couch who you grew up in. But what's the point? You got rich and famous to do what? Just to be able to floss on people who don't have it? Is that the whole point of getting rich and famous?
Right.
The floss on us. I mean, I don't support anything no more. I realize that all of y'all haven't earned my respect. Jay-Z, I'll give it to Jay-Z and Beyonce. They do push the envelope a little bit. But where's your Master P's at? Where's your Puffies? What exactly are they doing? Akon gave electricity to 600 million people. He set a pretty high bar, and he had nowhere near the money some of the people I've named have.
I want to say he got a loan from, not from the United States. I want to say from China. Somebody gave him a $1 billion loan, but it wasn't us.
It doesn't matter.
But regardless, though, right.
Because it's division. He said he... I ain't saying he went out and laid the solar panels or nothing. I'm just saying he took responsibility for fixing some stuff. And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just going to give money to charity. I wrote a $1 million check to the Kidney Foundation. Man, that you threw the money away. Period.
Listen, you saw what happened to all the charities, Red Cross, when what was the flood in New Orleans, Katrina. Mm-hmm. People still ain't seeing the money. All that money that was thrown in, and oh yeah,
I mean, that just ripped it off. It was gone.
Listen, at the end of the day, charities are just a ripoff. The people who take the money, they take that money and put it in their pocket. If they do send money over, it's probably pennies because who's there to watch them? Who's there to count their pockets? Mm-hmm. Who's keeping them accountable for? Okay, you receive over $8 million this year. How much money, or what can we see of $8 million?
Exactly.
Nothing.
And all these people donating to these charities, that's just a lazy way of telling. That's a lazy ass way of trying to act like you got some kind of care for your community.
Listen, if you want to make it easy, just go back to your neighborhood you grew up in, because everybody had. There's always a beginning. There's always a start where you came from. I'm just saying, Luda came from somewhere in Georgia. T.I. Look, Buckhead, not Bankhead. Yeah, Bankhead. Mm-hmm. Bankhead is still the hood.
It's still the hood.
Still the hood. So
it's a lot of stuff came out of Bankhead.
So right, T.I., we had Shorty Low,
Goody Mo B, you got Young Jock.
So all these people came out of Bankhead, and I understand all of them not filthy rich, but what I'm saying is that Atlanta's huge enough where you can come together and y'all can do something as a joint venture. You know what I'm saying? You can shut it. You can do a project, and mind you, it's not that all you guys throw your money together. Your name alone carries weight. When you think of Atlanta, I think of Ludacris, I think of T.I., I think of Jermaine Dupri, just off the top of the brain,
exactly.
Top of the brain, stinging people. So my thing is this: if y'all just came together and hey, we have a project, rebuild Atlanta, and y'all go to the poor neighborhoods and help rebuild those neighborhoods. You don't go to Alpharetta, you don't go to Dunwoody, you go to
thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You go to the hoods, Decatur, where everybody say Decatur was greater. Well, Decatur needs help, people.
Dude, if I really had the money, you could just go to Home Depot. All them guys in front of Home Depot be like, yo, I'll give y'all $10 an hour to pick up all the trash you see.
That's facts.
And that's it. It's like 100 dudes in front of Home Depot. Be like, yo, and here's the thing. You ain't got to do it. You T.I., you busy. I get it. You got aides. You got people that work for you. Quit throwing your money at, I don't know, Gucci. Oh, no, even if you talk about I give to charity, once again, giving to the Red Cross is garbage. I gave to breast cancer research. Where is that actually going?
Right. Where you know what? With that being said, breast cancer donation, right, has been going on for decades, not just years, decades. And have they once felt in cure for breast cancer yet?
For any cancer.
So why are we continuing giving money?
Yeah,
I understand the awareness. Awareness is definitely great, but is there a cure out there? And I'm sure there is a cure, but white America don't want that because they make money of people going through chemo and all that. So that's another topic. But the point I'm trying to make is that why are you still giving money that there's still no cure, and people still getting cancer every day popping up left and right?
Dude, yeah, that's such. Ooh,
I know
that's so huge. But that's the point. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't give. I want you to give. But if you can't tangibly see the results of your giving, please reconsider. That's all I'm saying. Because
I'm saying this.
It's too obvious your donations aren't reaching the people that need it.
That's facts.
Once again, see the movie Just Mercy. And I just want to say as a sad note that whenever I see those movies, you know what I really, 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 really hate to see the most when I see those movies?
What?
Right in the beginning when it first come on, it says based on a true story. Okay? Well, once again, most of the guys on death row would not be on death row. And the majority of people on death row in this country are
United States.
Are us. Mm-hmm. Our complexion, our ethnicity, our minority status. The majority of people on death row right now would not be on death row if they had adequate legal services. And the only thing keeping them from getting adequate legal services is money. It is what it is.
That's crazy.
Once again, I'm not saying it's right. We should vote. We should change the legal system, but it doesn't work like that. But if a lawyer was willing to they got those things, you know what I'm saying? If a lawyer's willing to take on the case, but they just don't have the resources. That's what you always hear. We don't have the resources. We don't have the resources. And yet people are buying $10 million tour buses or $50 million private jets. You could save the lives of hundreds of men of our complexion on death row
easily
for the price of that one bus. How much was that bus that Jay-Z bought Beyonce?
I don't know. I stopped following at this certain point.
I'm just saying, but you know how many men, you know how many lives you could have saved of people sentenced to death on death row?
No, I will give Jay-Z this credit because I think maybe last year or the year before, he went somewhere and he paid people's bond or whatever it was and got everybody out of jail.
See, I'm just using them because
No.
I actually
get that.
like what Jay-Z and Beyonce do. I do. I like what they do. But I need more. Look, The Rock,
right, because
Dwayne Johnson, hey, I like you, brother, but I think you ethnically black or biracial or some black and Samoan. We could use some of that Rock's, support. Just saying.
Right,
I mean, I would love to smell what The Rock is cooking in our community. Just asking.
I like that one. That's a good one. I like it smoking in our community.
Just saying.
But listen, people, we're closing out here. As I'll keep stating here is that if you want to change the black community and our youth, our young men and young women, you need to take care of the youth, and you need to go to these schools and this community and pour your resources into them. Stop giving your money to people that you can't see results from. If you don't donate money, then he provides you with a plan and a date, and so you can follow up and see what they're doing with it. Yeah. Because, I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand some of you guys are so busy. I get it. But at the end of the year, you have tax write-off. So when the year comes, at the end of the year, to hear about tax evasion, I'm like, well, you could have avoided that if you donated. You could have donated. I mean, listen, regardless how we feel about Oprah, she does her tax write-offs at night because she always gives. You know what I'm saying? Regardless how I feel about it right now, because she's not in my best love right now. She's not nowhere close to being my favorite person at all. I used to like her, but now it's just no. But the point I'm trying to make is that she gives. I mean, on her show, you get a car, you all get a car. She's doing that because it's a tax write-off. She built houses, tax write-off. She built schools in Africa, tax write-off. Now,
show what she would. You don't get a car. You get a job. You get a community center to help the homeless people in your neighborhood. That's what I would like to hear.
That would have been more. Yep. But once again, people are quick with this. Hey, you get a car, done, paid off. I'm gonna worry about it. And I get it, headache. But once you establish yourself as a huge organization like this, like Oprah, I mean, she's over billions of dollars. She has her own network show now. Mm-hmm. She has a network show that Bill Cosby was trying to do. But you know what? There's no here or there. Leave that alone.
We're gonna address that. We're gonna get that.
It's not today. But the point I'm trying to make is that she has that much power, and she can easily create jobs for people. I mean, I respect what she did in Africa. Now, things have popped up in Africa that I don't like about, but I respect that. But how many schools did she build in the States? How many? Because where's she from originally? Chicago, right? I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Where was she from originally? I'm pretty sure where was she from? There's a neighborhood there that needs help.
You know, it's so bad. I done seen color purple so much. I was about to say Kansas.
I know.
Oklahoma or something. My bad. I'm sorry.
You know what, people? We're going to wrap it up here, man. Thank you for tuning in today. It's the Chop Show, man. We have 3 beautiful shows today. Go to YouTube, type in twinsinc, and you see the Chop Show. And we have video, and just chop it up with us, man. We out.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.